Okay, so here's a quick video to talk about the Remington 870. The Remington 870 fills about the same role that the KSG filled in Modern Warfare 3, that the Stakeout filled in Black Ops, and that the Spaz filled in Modern Warfare 2. It's a little bit different than those guns, and I'm going to demonstrate some of that coming up. So the first thing I'm up to here is I'm going to try to show the range of the gun. This is a naked 870, right? So it has no attachments whatsoever. That's what they call it. And I'm moving around so you get an idea. With my back against the wall, I can't hit it, right? I can't hit this thing. I'm outside of the range. I'm going to look down, scooch up a little bit here, and I think I hit it first try. Yep, there it is. So this is roughly the range of the 870 without any attachments whatsoever. So next up comes an 870 with only the long barrel. Don't be tricked by the fact that I briefly had one with 2 attachments. This is coming up as the 870 with only a long barrel. And here I am, same spot with my back against the wall, which is nice for measuring. And you can see I easily hit the wall. If I back into the side here, I'm just about at the edge of the range. I can hit it from back here a little bit, but that's about it because I can't hit it from here. You see the wall is clean. This is roughly the range difference, probably about 4 or 5 feet if you were to translate it into real life, that you get by putting the long barrel attachment on the Remington 870. You might think to yourself that it's really not that important, that the long barrel doesn't do that much of a deal, because are you really killing people that often from that distance anyway? If you try to kill someone at that distance, it'd probably take 5 pumps and you'd lose the gunfight. But in my hands, it really does make a difference. I have the shotgun in gold, so I have used it a bit, and I find that putting the long barrel on this thing is getting me a lot more one-shot kills than I was getting without it. What you're seeing now is me demonstrate the spread that you get without a laser sight. So look at the little reticle things, how big it is. You'll see one sort of into the door and the others to the left of the wall, right? This is the size of the reticle where before you even shoot. And if you look at the spread of those bullets, it covers the entire wall, nearly ceiling to floor, and it goes past the edge of the wall and into the doorway. So that is the spread you get with an 870 that doesn't have the laser sight attachment when you shoot from the hip. And here it looks like I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to aim down sights. Now the spread you get while aiming down sights is significantly tighter, and this is new behavior for shotguns. In every other Call of Duty ever made, at least back to COD 4, I can't say COD 2 for certainty, if you aim down sights and you shot from the hip, you got the exact same spread. So the only advantage aiming down sights gave you was you tend to aim a little bit better. The auto aim gives you a little bit of a hand, things like that. But it definitely did not impact the spread. So this is the same gun with the long barrel and the laser sight attached to it. You can probably see it. And now look at the spread. Do you see the little reticles? They're fitting inside the door, inside the left of the wall, and they're smaller top to bottom. And the spread that you get here is also going to be a lot smaller. If you remember from the previous time, it went from just about ceiling to floor. And now look how much less height there is on this thing. Look from side to side, like a foot to the left of the door and a foot to the right of the edge of the wall there. It's packed in way tighter. And this is from a pretty far distance too. That cone, you know, if you could picture a cone going all the way to the front of my barrel there, just continues to stay smaller throughout the whole life cycle. If you have a guy who's actually within good shotgun distance, I don't consider this wall to be within good shotgun distance, the difference that the laser sight makes is even more significant. As I tried to get this gun gold, you know, with no attachments, I found it was a real pain and kind of humbling to try to use it without the laser sight and long barrel. That is a recommended setup for me. So I'll just talk a minute here while I try to murder butterflies. If you have the laser sight attachment on, it has no impact while you aim down sights. It is only a hip fire attachment. I tested it out because while I thought that was true, you know, you got to test it to really be certain. And yeah, so aiming, it's like steady aim. You know, it helps you when you're hip firing, but it doesn't do anything for you when you're when you're aiming down sights. Here are some recommended classes I have for the 870. So this is my objective 870 class. Certain parts of it, in my mind, are set in stone. And other parts, you know, I could give or take a little. On the give or take a little, lightweight. I kind of like it in that it helps me, like say, move from the side of the wall, get my shot off, move back during the pump, and then come back. Lightweight just makes you move faster. And I find that to be really helpful. I wouldn't want extreme conditioning on this because I find if I sprint too much, I just sprint into gunfire. But lightweight, on the other hand, it helps me move around and get the jump on people, which is what I need in close quarters with a shotgun. Flak jacket for objective stuff, absolutely necessary. I'm not moving on that one. Tactical mask is also pretty handy. Semtex for when people are taking flags on you or trying to plant bombs, they're really helpful. One thing I cannot change about this class: long barrel and laser sight. Those to me are really big deals. Double concussion, you know, I would accept a lot of stuff here. If you wanted to run the electroshock charge, flashbangs, black hats, whatever, they all make sense to me for an objective class. I have double stuns on here, but whatever. You know, if you wanted to drop a shock charge by a doorway and then know that there's a sitting duck at the doorway anytime you want it, I would see that as a reasonable idea too. I also have a different setup for TDM. First thing you'll notice about this class, perhaps, is that I've replaced Flak Jacket with Ghost. In TDM, there's no need to stand in the middle of some place like a sitting duck, and keeping yourself off the UAV is far more valuable than protecting yourself from nades in my mind. Along those same lines, I've gotten rid of my nade because I find them to be not that useful in TDM. I still like my stun, but I only have one of them now because I use it as I enter rooms. It's nice to throw a stun in a room. It's just sort of a check. Is there a guy in there? Am I about to walk into a camper? It's awesome. As a general rule of thumb, if you're a newer COD player, anytime you walk into a room, it's a nice idea if you can lead with a stun. That advice to me was like set in stone back when I always carried 2 stuns. In Black Ops 2, I don't always, so I'm a little flexible. Maybe I try to use my head as to whether or not I predict a guy's in there. But as a general rule of thumb, if you can lead with a stun as you head into a room that you're uncertain about, it's a really good idea. So like I said, Flak Jacket's out and Ghost is in, with the general idea that in Kill Confirmed and TDM, nades are less valuable. I've also added Dexterity onto this class, and the reason for that was sort of demonstrated earlier in the video. If you aim down sights, then you're far more likely to get one-shot kills. The right way to use the 870, and the KSG for that matter, but that's not what this video is about, is a little bit like a quickscoper would use their sniper rifle. Pull the thing up and get on target. And Dexterity will help you pull that gun up more quickly, like say after a sprint. So I find Dexterity to be helpful in TDM, but in an objective-based game mode, it's not worth replacing, all those other things, my lethals and my stuns and stuff like that. So these are my 2 classes with the 870, and I hope that this video was good for you. I just listened to this video like as a proofread. It was good for me. Was it good for you? Yeah. Anyway, if you're new around here and you liked it, subscribe in the top right. 2 vids you may have missed. On the left, it's my family and I trimming our Christmas tree. Some guys like the vlogs. And on the right, something special, a Battlefield 3 live comm, which it got actually really good reception. So you guys might want to check that out, enjoy it, etc. I come up with brand new creative insult mom jokes. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.